thing that will probably take away from Chris Cooley this year, as far as his fantasy value, is Fred Davis.
Well, now if we're going off preseason and the chemistry point. From what I'm saying, is Donovan is king on Chris Cooley.
I'm not saying everyone. Donovan has always had a good relationship
with a tight end.
With tight end. I mean, even Ray mentioned it.
Yeah, like Ray. Exactly.
But at the same time, I think the production-wise from Chris Cooley, I think it's not going to be the usual. I think it may be a little bit of a drop because Fred Davis.
I mean, Fred Davis, obviously, when you think of it, to me, it's just like the Cowboy situation with Marcellus Bennett.
But he's not going to ever get over Witten.
That's my point. Yeah. That's my point. It's like eventually, football minds are over just talent. You know what I mean? Like Fred Davis is talented, hands down. He's talented. But Chris Cooley is not athletic, but he has a smart football IQ. He knows how to find places in the zone. Donovan will relate to that more than just trusting athleticism.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying. I think you're going to have to find a way to get both of them on the field.
They're going to try to find creative ways.
I just think what Fred Davis showed last year is going to take a little bit of that production.
I would like that.
I think the difference between Witten and, say, Martellus Bennett is just the wide receiver core that the Cowboys run. The Cowboys will have a little bit more better options at wide receivers than the Redskins have.
Yeah,
the Redskins, you'll have pretty much Santana. Hopefully Joey Galloway and the rest of the guys,
Joey Galloway
the boys can, stay healthy.
Joey Galloway
can put on his orthopedic cleats.
Getting cut. Wade and Galloway.
Kelly Malcolm can get healthy.
Kelly getting out there. But let's get back to the
Devin
other
Thomas
people.
can stay away from Fantasia.
Let's get the other wide receivers, though.
He's talking too much about tight ends, man. Let's get to the running backs. Right now, who you guys would consider the #1 fantasy option at running back?
Oh, man. Clinton Portis.
Another true fan.
Are you serious?
Clinton Portis.
I would have to agree.
He's motivated. Go ahead, Ron.
I would say Clinton Portis because right now he's not sharing carries.
He isn't?
He is not.
He isn't? Let me ask you this. If you have, let's say, what round would you take Clinton Portis in?
I would say mid rounds, between 4 and 6.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'll take him in the second round. I'll take him in the second round. I've won championships with Clinton Portis. He's got me a championship.
Let me tell you.
He has gotten me a championship. Let me put it out there.
Right now in preseason, Larry Johnson, Torian, Willie Parker have not been shown the ability to pass block. In Mike Shanahan's offense, you have to be able to pass block. The running back has to be able to pass block. So he's going to get the ball touches on first, second, and third down. And my sleeper pick is Ahmad
Bradshaw. I think I got him taking Jacobs' spot.
Yeah, I think he's already taken. I mean, he scored 2 touchdowns in the first 2 preseason games. One was a catch for 40 yards. The other one was a goal line run. So I think he's the better runner. He's running like how Jacobs used to run. That's what he ran.
Before he got that contract.
Yeah, before he got that contract.
Well, me personally, I got 2 sleeper picks that, depending on what type of league, how your fantasy's set up, you would go after this guy. One's LaShawn McCoy. He may not get you on the rushing part, but he'll get you a lot on the passing part. And if you play in a league whereas you get points for catches and stuff like that, LaShawn McCoy would be the perfect option for that second running back or that slash when you go running back wide receiver. My other sleeper pick, to be honest with you, is Marion Barber. I think he lost weight. He's quicker in this year. He's got rid of all those little injuries he had last year, and Felix Jones is going to be the home run. Marion Barber is going to be the goal line.
No, actually, I mean, I like Marion Barber. I think he is good, but I think that Felix Jones eventually will take his gig.
I think he's going to take his gig, but I think that Marion Barber is going to stay at that goal line.
You don't think the Cowboys are gearing to bench Marion Barber on the slide? I think they're gearing to bench
because Marion Barber brings a lot more energy.
That's true.
To the games. I think what they're going to try to do is keep Felix with the home run at the beginning of the games, and when it comes fourth quarter time and they have a lead, Marion Barber time, which is he excelled at a couple seasons ago, is his closer position.
Do they expect to utilize Choice?
Yeah, Choice is going to see. I think this year Choice is going to see a lot more carries.
So a lot of carries.
I wouldn't put anything on Choice because he doesn't see enough carries for a fantasy value, but
in terms of McCoy, I like McCoy. I actually think McCoy is a good runner too. I think he can do it all. I think he's a better runner than receiving out the backfield.
Well, I think because of the system that Andy Reid likes to pass a lot more.
That's true.
So I expect McCoy to pretty much do what Westbrook did. But wide receivers, who you guys as far as wide receivers?
The best wide receiver in the
Deshaun
NFC East.
Jackson.
Go ahead. You can go ahead.
Deshaun Jackson, hands down. The guy can score from anywhere on the field, whether it be a punt return, whether it be a screen pass, whether it be 5-yard out and catch it and take it all the way. I think
he does a cartwheel in the end zone and doesn't score.
Yeah.
The best wide receiver in the NFC East, Santana Moss.
Woo, go ahead, pass that. Well, let me get that joke right
Santana
quick.
Moss is going to have that Santana Moss year that he had with Joe Gibbs his first year. I can already see it. It's a lot of things. He has an extra
You talking
giddy
with
up
your
on the
heart,
step.
not your brain.
I'm being real.
You ain't lying, boy.
talking with your heart, not your brain,
I'm being
man.
real.
The question was, who is the top wide receiver?
Hey, look, y'all going. All right, you're gonna tape this. All right, we're gonna tape this. We're gonna play this back on the show. I'm saying it right now. Santana Moss will have the best season in the NFC East in terms of wideouts.
All right, we will see. Me personally, if I'm going wide receiver, I probably would go
Miles Austin
or Steve Smith.
Man,
it depends on what I look at
Steve
quarterback.
Smith is a good one.
I'll probably go Miles Austin, Steve
Kim
Smith.
Kardashian. He's
And
not going to play.
you know a guy that I think is actually is going to be a sleeper. He's on the Giant. Hakeem Nicks. I think Hakeem Nicks is going to have he's going to step up and have a better year this year and be
My
a
only thing
viable
about
option.
I would draft him, but I'm not going to rush to draft him. The reason why is the Giants also have Ramsey Barton and a couple other guys that I think they're going to really spread the ball out a little bit more.
Mario Manningham.
And Mario Manningham, don't forget. That's only my thing about Hakeem Nicks. I would probably get him a little bit later.
Yeah, like
in the draft.
like an eighth, ninth
between
round.
about 6 and 9, I would go after him.
Wide receiver
But I would probably have him being like that
Mario
fourth wide receiver.
Manningham from Michigan. Mario Manningham.
You make moves with your heart. You make picks with your heart.
That's why I won 2 championships to your 1. So stop talking about my heart.
You know what? Our last pick for the fantasy top defense in the NFC East. Who would you go?
Eagles, hands down. Eagles. They get the takeaways. They get the sacks.
Dang, that's a good one.
Yeah, but the defense struggled last year in the year.
Shoot.
They gave up a couple of big plays, but all of the biggest holes that needed to be covered been covered with Nate Allen at free safety, and then you also have Brandon Graham. That guy's going to have at least 8 sacks this year playing.
First of all, let's make this clear. First of all, rookies, defensive ends, outside linebackers do not put up 8 sacks in their rookie year.
Rakpo.
Tape this and play this. Tape it and play it back. I guarantee you, Brandon Graham will have 8 sacks this year. I can guarantee it. He will have 8 sacks this year.
If he doesn't, what's going to happen?
We can make a bet.
All right, we can make a bet.
Well, I mean, we're talking about fantasy football, and we turn.
I think as far as fantasy value, as far as defenses, you can't go wrong with no team in the NFC East.
Yeah,
Me personally, you can't go wrong with any team.
I mean, I would pick the Eagles defense because they're known to score points on defense in terms of fantasy football.
But they're also known to give up points.
That's true, but I mean, we're looking at fantasy impact in terms of points scored. I think the Eagles like the Cowboys have a shutdown defense. Let's just be real and put it out there. The Cowboys have a shutdown defense.
Their points are going to come from sacks.
Yeah, from
and
sacks.
Shutouts.
But the Eagles get touchdowns, and that's valued in fantasy football. A defense that can score touchdowns at any given day is valued. The Green Bay Packers gave up a lot of yards, even with their 3-4 scheme last year, and they just got a lot of points. They scored a lot of points, period. And their D wasn't that. They were like an opportunistic defense.
I would say the Giants, if you're looking for points, they have the defense line for sacks. Tuck, OC's back. My Cuban, number 97.
Kiwanuka.
And you got the rookie, Pierre.
Yeah.
And, you know what I'm saying? They all stay healthy. You're going to get your sacks. Hopefully that causes fumbles and bad throws by quarterbacks, interceptions. If Ross is healthy, if Phillips is healthy,
that's a big if.
Yeah, I mean, it's a big if.
Well, it's a lot of every defense in the division has an if somewhere. You have an if as far as the Cowboys secondary, are they going to be able to generate more turnovers? You're going to have an if with the Eagles defense as far as will they be able to shut down as far as points wise stopping teams. You got an if as far as with the Redskins, are they going to be able to generate more turnovers? They've been a good defense in the past few years, but they haven't really been a defense that generates a lot of turnovers and a lot of opportunities for their offense. And with the Giants, their ifs has pretty much been health. So, but at the same time, I think you can't go wrong with no team as far as defensive wise. If you had to pick a defense, I mean, you can't really go wrong, and you can rotate that defense according to the week who you play.
You're right.
So, but we're done with the NFC East. We're about to hop into the AFC East right now. New England. I mean, as far as quarterback, I don't want to say New England, but it starts and ends at quarterback with New England.
In that division, yeah.
It's pretty much Tom Brady then.
But I'm not going to even talk about it.
Everyone else. I mean, you don't even want to.
We don't need to name Tom Brady.
I mean, I would take Chad Henne as far as a late round pick.
Let's talk about second tier.
It's no one even.
Let's just talk about.
No one even I would talk. Let's
talk about second tier quarterbacks.
Matter of fact, I'll probably take Jim Kelly before everybody else in the division. So,
Chad Henning's a good pick. You mentioned him. Chad Henne be a good pick. I think it's a second
late round pick.
Yeah, I mean, Chad Henning's in terms of being a quarterback. Like prior years, he got to watch got his opportunity last year, learned from that. Now this year he's the starter. He's got better weapons. Brandon Marshall, they still run the Wildcat. They got a running game, so things will open up for him. So he has weapons to utilize. So I'm seeing a decent year for Chad Henne fantasy wise.
As far as if you're in a keeper type league, Chad Henne would be a perfect pick as a late round.
Yeah, definitely.
Now if you're in a league where you got to pick up new guys every year, then you can think about Chad Henne as far as a backup.
Really,
role. If
you want value running backs or whatnot, picking Chad Henne in late rounds is a good pick.
Pickup.
It's a good pick.
As far as running